Wait, do we like the lighting on this?
Feet. Oh, my feet. I didn't show him.
Oh wait, go ahead, go ahead.
Where is my king?
I don't know what you...
It's on my pencil.
Okay, go ahead. This is my pencil.
It's my pencil in my bookstick.
Cool.
You can go do higher,
and lower, huh? Is this what you wanted to show them?
Mm-hmm.
That's a Barbie arm.
It broke.
It did break.
I can walk like this. It's from Toy Story.
It does look like Toy Story. Smell pretty. Good job. Hey guys, and thanks for coming and checking out this video. Today I'm going to be doing my 37-week update. I'm currently 38 weeks, 2 days pregnant with our 4th daughter. And so the countdown is really on now. I'm excited and not like, it's funny because in the past, especially so with my first, obviously I was like, okay, come on, come on, come on. I want to have her. And then with Greta too, I mean, it was like our second daughter, Greta, I was like, okay, come on, come on. And with Ren, I was like, really wanting to have her. And not that I don't want to have this baby, but I just feel really like content with the time that we have. Once my mom gets here, I think that I'll, she comes in a week from tomorrow. And today's Tuesday, and so I think once my mom gets here, I'm gonna be like, okay, let's get going and try to get this baby out. But for right now, I'm pretty content. I know I'm gonna miss being pregnant. As hard as pregnancy is for me, I really love it. And so yeah, less than 2 weeks until our due date. We'll see how that pans out, huh? When do you think she'll come?
I don't know.
You don't know? We'll see. Okay, so I'm just gonna jump right into my 37-week update. So in my notes, I wrote that my limbs were aching, so my arms and my legs were aching, and that my belly button started hurting. At the end of 2018, I had an umbilical hernia, so I had surgery done. Smell pretty? Good job.
And what about mitts?
That's pretty too. I like that too. So I had surgery done, and I had this weird scar like in my belly button. They did like 4 incisions, and one was like on my belly button. And I don't like the scar at all, and it hurts. So when the baby pushes up against it and kind of pushes it the wrong way, it really hurts. And so my belly button had started hurting. It's funny because I don't think that I wrote that in my 36-week. Yeah, I don't think that I wrote that before, so I don't really know if...
Can you open it for me, Mom?
Yeah. So I don't really know if that was even an issue until this past week, really, with my belly button hurting. And then I've noticed that if I'm in the right position, like laying down, she can push my belly button like into an outie. So I have practically an outie belly button. There's just like no dip into my belly button when she's at different angles in my stomach. So last week I was pretty emotional and moody and not patient is what I wrote. I think that this last week, let me see. So I was also emotional in week 36, but in week 37, I continued to be emotional, continued to be crying. I cried often.
Papa commented to Mom for me.
Yeah, he did. That's so cool, huh? So in week 37, I was still really emotional and kind of cranky, and it's going into this week too, and I think it really has a lot to do with my hormones and with the Zoloft that I'm taking, the stage that I am of upping my dosage. I just think that both of those have to do with each other, and so it's kind of, I don't know. I know that my hormones are changing a lot preparing for me to have this baby, and so I kind of feel similar emotionally as I did at the beginning of pregnancy. Just not much patience, not just kind of just really emotional, and things really take a hard hit for me. And I'm just kind of and moody, I guess. I wrote that I was still motivated, but since my body was hurting so bad that it was hard to do different tasks, and I've noticed that that's just how the end of this pregnancy is going, that I am still like wanting to nest and wanting to clean and getting things done, but with my body aching and hurting, it's hard to like sit down and clean the playroom and get up and put things away, and multiple times a day it's difficult. I was still eating dates and putting peanut butter and chocolate chips in them, which is delicious. I love that. I'm not as like attached to it as I was when I first started to, but I still love it, and it's a healthy, good snack to have with the peanut butter, and then the chocolate chips just make the texture yummy too. I wrote that I still had a sore belly button, and that I was feeling period-like cramps. that started last week in week 37. And so I think that that's just my body gearing up to have the baby, because I have felt that this week too. I also questioned if she was breech, because I felt hiccups on the opposite side, and I think a little bit higher up. No, opposite side, but I remember being a little bit higher up than before, and I was like, oh no, has she turned? Has she been breech? If you haven't been following me for a while, both my first and second daughters were breech, and I had to have external cephalic versions done in order for them to be head down so I could have them vaginally, and luckily both of them were successful. So I was worried about that, but I went to a doctor's appointment. Well, first my father-in-law came into town, and we went to, what did we even do? That first day we didn't do much, and then we went shopping and did other things, and anyways, but on that day that we went shopping, I went to a doctor's appointment. And let me see what I wrote. I wasn't checked yet. My doctor doesn't check like your cervix until later in pregnancy. So he will this coming week for me. From the last week, from about a week, from 36 weeks, 4 days till 37 weeks, 4 days, I had gained like over 3 pounds. So in a week I gained over 3 pounds. So I'm catching up to, I had said in the other video, I think that I was gaining less weight, but apparently I am not now. So, but at my doctor's appointment, I was told that I was group B strep negative, which is good. He told me that the baby's head was still down, and we talked about an induction date, but still kind of penciled in a day. So we'll see when we set an induction date. I want it after my due date so that I have time to possibly go into labor on my own, but I also want him to be the one on call. So it's kind of a tricky thing to figure out. But so that was pretty much everything at my doctor's appointment. There wasn't really anything else that happened there. I also had been feeling her like punching my cervix, which I think people call lightning crotch. And that's funny because I haven't really felt the baby that low, one of my babies as low as she is, I think. I don't think that I've dropped yet. Possibly I have, I don't think so though, but because I feel like she still kind of changes positions even if her head is still down. But with Greta, I remember like a big bulge right here of her head. And this baby, it's not like that. So I'm pretty confident that she's not breech, but I do feel little kicks up by my ribs, and then I kind of feel her bum around over on this side and her back, and then going down, then her head's down there and her feet kind of come over here. I was pretty sure the other night that's how it was because I could feel her little feet kicking. But anyways, with her like punching my cervix, it's also, I'll go into this with my next update with my 38-week one, but my bladder has been like laid on, I feel like, because she's so low, which is funny. But that is everything for my 37-week update. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll show you my bump now. Okay, here is my, 38-week, 1 day, 2 day belly bump. It's the bump where the baby's in.
The bump?
Yeah?
I think I'm belly the bump actually.
You're silly. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe and become a part of our YouTube family. Don't forget to like this video, and I will see you in our next one. Bye.
Bye.
Good job.